Hello, it's Daniel and welcome back to my channel. So this is going to be my second video on my channel, and I'll be talking about one anime movie that really stood out for me, and for me is my top romance anime. I haven't watched a lot of romance anime lately, so I currently have this on top of my list, but this might change in the future. And if you have any recommendations, just comment below. And the one I will be talking about is A Silent Voice. I will be talking about why I love this anime so much, and let's start. So the first thing, let's talk about what the anime is about. So hopefully I don't give any spoilers, and we're just gonna talk about what is it about and the characters, the main characters. So this anime is about Shoya Ishida, which is the male protagonist of this anime, and also a high school student who wanted to commit suicide when he was a kid, still a kid, or an elementary student, I'm pretty sure. And a girl named Shoko Nishimiya, which is the female protagonist, who is also a high school student and attends the same school as Ishida. This anime tackles a lot about real life problems. This is why this stood out for me. And some of them are bullying, depression, committing suicide, social anxiety, which is actually a bit interesting for me since I relate to some problems shown in the anime, and that's why also this movie is a real tearjerker. So let's talk more about the characters. As I said earlier, Ishida is a high school student like Nishimiya, and they both attend the same school. So when Nishimiya first came to class, she introduced herself, and she had a disability, which is being deaf. This was when they were still around middle school, or when they were still kids when Nishimiya first introduced herself. So because of Nishimiya's problem, she was always being teased and bullied at school, which actually one of the bullies is Ishida himself. And it's really hard to see what Nishimiya is going through, because she also tries its best to make friends in the school by writing on a notebook, or I think there was a scene where Nishimiya was teaching them sign language. I'm not really sure, but Nishimiya is really trying hard to make friends with them, especially with Ishida. So because of Nishimiya's problem, like I said, being teased and bullied, and there was actually one time where Ishida, the male protagonist, he permanently damaged Nishimiya's ear when he was removing her hearing aid, or that thing that she puts on her ear. It's not really severe, but there's a lot of moments where Ishida is bullying Nishimiya a lot. And because of the bullying that happened when they were around elementary or middle school, in the future a lot of things happened as well between Nishimiya and Ishida's family. And now let's talk about a bit more of the male protagonist, Shoei Ishida. He has social anxiety, which in some scenes of the anime, people had this red X's on their face. So it kind of shows how he can't really talk to people that well, or he can't do it. He can't communicate that well. But while they were in high school, Nishimiya meets this person that before that person had an X on his face because of the social anxiety that Ishida has. But as the anime goes on, the X falls off of that person's face, which shows that Ishida trusts this person, which later becomes his best friend. And there were some characters as well that didn't change at all even when they were high school already. There was this girl as well that bullies Nishimiya when they were kids, and when they show her as a high school student, or in the future, that person didn't change at all. So let me talk about what kind of happened in their high school life. So when they grew up and are high school students, Ishida actually wanted to say sorry to Nishimiya because of all the things he did before when they were kids. He even learned sign language, which is really cute. he learned like sign language for Nishimiya, and he was working hard as well in the anime, like doing some part-time jobs and stuff like that. And there were some parts that I kind of noticed. I'm not sure if everyone noticed it, but for me, I think there were some parts that showed like, should I forgive this person, or is he doing this just to make fun of me again? And yeah, which is like, it's really hard to see what they like, both of them, what both of them have gone through, and like how like one person can like really change yourself. So yeah, and let me talk about like what I like about the movie. So like I said earlier, there's a ton of things I love about this movie. The art style, which is really amazing, and the whole plot itself. But I'm pretty sure almost everyone can relate to this, especially being bullied at school or being bullied in general, which I've experienced as well. The characters here are relatable as well, and maybe this can also help a ton of people as well dealing with some of the problems shown in the anime. And I repeated this like earlier. I also like how realistic this anime is, which is like really interesting for me because I haven't watched a lot of I haven't watched any anime that shows realistic or real life problems. And if you actually have one that you know, please comment below, and I'll definitely give it a watch. So, like I said, I like how realistic this anime is, and portraying like real life situations and problems that people deal with, and making mistakes, like how one mistake can lead to so many problems. So basically, for Ishida, how those things back then can haunt you, and that's why Ishida wanted to commit suicide. And because of the bullying and all the things that Nishimiya went through, he wanted to commit suicide as well. It was really hard to watch. This like really made me cry a lot. This also shows like how it feels to forgive and being forgiven. The ending was like really touching as well. That I think that's the part where I cried the most. So basically, this is it. I'm not sure if I've covered enough, but this is just a video basically talking about why I like the anime, and maybe a bit information so you guys could give it a watch. But anyways, thanks for watching this video, and I hope you give this anime a watch. I'm sure that some of you will relate a lot in this anime. So yeah, if you're new to the channel, click like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Stay safe, everyone.
ああ、恋をしたのは